Okay, so let's go over a little bit of backtesting. And actually what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be like hindsight backtesting pretty much, where I'm gonna go through the same month I just traded. Okay. We're actually gonna start from a day that I didn't trade, but I've seen a bunch of people trade. It's definitely tradable. I just wanted to start from a Monday, and we'll see these days what I could have done better, right? And losses and whatnot. So I'll go over trades. I'll try and review where I could have done better. If I could have timed the market better, mostly, if anything like that. So I'm gonna take my time on this. I'm gonna try and do it as slowly as possible. So this is the day here that I'm trading for. Let's go skip to let's see that day. What do we have? Let me put this shit here. Okay. So this is gonna be for the other bike testing stuff. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay, so do we have that day? That is where's that? Wait, this is March. Oh my bad. Ah, that's this one. So you have to start from the second Friday. There, nothing. Okay. And we're gonna go next day open. Bring us to 9. Okay, so let's go look at the daily. Let's start from a weekly actually. Okay, because this is just a Friday, so alright. If this stops lagging, perhaps. Alright, so where is this week likely to expand here? I don't think we can go for previous week's high. Let's see the range. Okay, so the day is opening high first as well. The range is pretty insane here. I don't think we can go I mean, not previous week, the current week high. I think we cannot clear that. We can could trade higher here inside of this daily gap, towards this daily gap. Or, I mean, if I look at this weekly, I'm like 1M, this looks pretty nice to go lower, actually. It's a very small wick to get us here. Okay, here, I don't like this high, right? Made a lot of expansion days. I guess if we hit this high, then we can trade it as a C2. But yeah, today is opening high first. Well, yeah. So what do I see here is NQ as the largest range, or ES, and the R asset. I mean, mostly YM and RTY have pretty small range. Even if you want to trade this, I would like to trade this as a reversal candle, because there's no way we just gap up like that, leave this low. Like that's not the creation of swing point. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, so this is where I was to C2. Okay, we're leaving fair swings though. I don't like that. These are very close to each other, right? There is SMT with this high, but I would like to see this being taken probably. Even here, yeah. Okay, there is SMT with this as well, where ES just traded into this. Alright, so here it depends a lot on how you react on ES. It's like there's also this, by the way. Okay, it's way too many expansion candles here. We have an hourly gap as well on NQ. So this is where super candle here, supports expansion every single last. I think I'd rather have this at this high, to be honest. Yeah, so it is 30 minutes. Let's see if it does hold. So we immediately trade into this is 9 a.m. But let me see if there's a gap on these other assets. So there is one on RTY as well. This is very small. It just looks like a retracement. So let's see what happens at this gap. Very simple. So we have SMT fill. It's not 30-minute gap though. It's with this. It's with this high. We didn't take that high, so it's just a C2 here with no SMT. So I don't know what I'm tracking. I thought it might have been an SMT. So we get this 3-minute CSD. I don't know. I wouldn't trade away from this, to be honest. Yeah, so this is actually expanding lower. We're gonna see what happens on the other assets. So we gotta follow through. Now this is a 50-minute swing point here. Yes, it's also displacing lower. We could trade this all, in my opinion. There's something I would take, probably. See if it does work. Okay, so we got shit on here with equal highs. Alright, that's very unlucky. Could have done better. Most of the time I don't have it at the high. I have it like one tick above, personally. But I don't know if this saves us though. Because here I can't really go break even yet. So that's dump, okay. Yeah, so hindsight, I mean, this trade is such, it's just unlucky that you could have been stopped out there at break even. I mean, not at break even, at this high. But yeah, so obvious that we're gonna expand lower here, especially on YM, right? We just create a new swing point. Okay, whatever. I'm not holding this war trade. War trade that we're in actually. I guess YM is gonna get to this low. Holy, that's crazy. That is a crazy trade. Oh, but wait, I remember this. Nothing. I think I do remember this. Where you could take this trade actually, because here there's SMT. So SMT like this. You could even take this. So I took the previous one. I guess that's fine. Like pretty much here, yeah. So since I'm playing prior to the driver, by the way, let's go back. Yeah, let's go back to this close. It's 3 minute, yeah. So here, since I'm playing prior to the driver, should just have a very hard swing. Like this is gonna be a 50-minute swing. I need to have it there. Yeah, but nothing really changes here. That is crazy. They can hold this low. Yeah, that is a crazy ass trade. So for the sake of this, I'm gonna take 2R because that's how I trade. Alright, so why does this trade work? Let's start from the daily again. I'll actually let me let it play out real quick. There's, so why does this trade work? Which asset has the smallest wick for expansion? Probably YM or like ES or even ES and R2Y. Alright, so what do you have here? You have SMT. SMT previous days high. Look at this, right? What is Anki doing here off of this high, right? It re-hits this wherever. C2 into expansion. Look at this, C2 into expansion. Look at this, really close, right? We expand it, do we get a gap? Right? That's how I'm trusting this to hold. Okay, so we go on YM, and we have 30-minute gap. What do we do? 9M opens high first, inside of that gap, right away. What do we get? If you want to wait, there's a 50-minute CSD, but I don't need the 50-minute CSD. All I need is this 3-minute. This 3-minute V-shape. Or you could also prefer this one, by the way. Like if you took it down here, this would be pretty much the same. And use it for before the drivers, use a hard stop loss like here at a 50-minute swing point. And this allows you to get to R with whatever you need in the lowest point of the day. Right? So that's fine. Let me see the 1 minute here. Bro, this is crazy actually. That's a crazy expansion. So why do you not trade these assets? They're very high into the range, right? So why did I not trade RTY? It's because it doesn't give this OB is very small. It's very small. Also, which so like just pretty much. So we have SMT between these and these. Okay, even these highs. So the reason to take this because it's closest to the drawn liquidity. Okay, it's closest. See how far it is from RTY. See how far it is on ES. You take it on the asset which is closer. Is this one? You get this V-shaped CSD off of this gap, and it has to be by M. It literally has to be. There's no way you trade ES, lagging asset. There's no way you trade RTY because there's no SMT here, so these are just failure swings. Right? There's no reason to trade this. You only trade YM here, and this is the only asset you can trade. Like prior to the driver, that is. Okay, so this just keeps expanding. So here, this is the bottom of the range, so I don't really care about that. Now, if NQ flips, you can probably take ES, and here ES is the weaker asset, right? Now the problem is you'll be shorting pretty much, like, let's see this for our candle. So you know what? I'm just gonna hit this. But what happens after we hit that, right? So now we just hit it, and like NQs are all the way up here. They're all the way up here. And NQ gives us a bullish CSD. So what is NQ likely to do here? Actually likely to expand higher. That is, unless Williams wants to continue lower, but is there another drawn liquidity here? No, there is nothing. There's this, right? That to get to this low, first of all, will be an insane expansion for the entirety of the day, but it's still possible. But you definitely need 10 amp to expand towards that. Okay, so this we get an immediate CSD here. First, okay, so it expands right away. Right, confirming this to hold. This should hold, okay. And now our drawn liquidity is that. Now, of course, this doesn't really support expansion, but we have SMT here, right? Just proof of concept. This is also V-shaping, okay. Sorry, why. What a V-shape. Look at this, bro. I wish we could get this price action. It's so weird why we get it here. So now we get SMT. This is between 15-minute candles. No, okay. So I would not take this personally. I mean, wait, it's actually this. Actually get this CSD as well. Alright, so this is literally a failure to manipulate. Wait, so this 10 a.m. open. Okay, so this is the opening of 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. is opening high first. Oh, immediate CSD here. Yeah. And there is SMT. So I was debating to trade this higher, but NQ hit the draw, right? Which is just like our daily gap. There's nothing above this. So see what happens here. You get SMT. So it's PSP, then SMT, and now these also are CSD lower. Now, I would personally not trade this. You know, we do get two CSDs, technically, but I mean, we disrespect this one. It's just the CSD here. Here, I wouldn't trade this unless we get a continuation, which we don't get, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure we don't get this continuation. We just dump here. But what this makes it more probable that YM probably wants to re-hit this though. I mean, actually, no, never mind. This is not, that's not good job liquidity. It isn't. It really isn't. So yeah, if you want to trade, there's this. I personally wouldn't trade this because I trade continuations away from reversals. Oh, where's that? So, and here, I think you don't get a chance, unfortunately. Let's see. Alright, so yes, it's this low SMT break for sure, bro. Bro, we have SMT fill as well. See, see, see. This is definitely tradable as the continuation here. Look at this. Look at this. Try and get the retest though for sure. Just below this low. Yeah, okay. We need to get this here. Or we could try market. I don't know. I think the retest is probably the best bet here. I just put it my stop at the. I'll put my stop at the bodies here. Yeah, very unfortunate here. Hindsight probably delivers either way. Yeah, hindsight does deliver either way. I guess you could take this. Like, I mean, yeah, this 2R is a little bit nowhere. Let's see on this low. Okay, probably not, to be honest. There's like no way we expand past this as much. Yeah, so I would try and get them like, I don't know. I'd probably use the bodies. Yeah. You need to be careful. Perhaps we hit it. I don't know. So yeah, I would trade very aggressively here. If I didn't have this didn't hit TP. Yeah, there is, so we stopped out there. And I mean, I think that's it for that day, because like we already expanded way too much. Wait, this is V-shaping? Okay, there is SMT here, but I don't like this. Yeah, there's no way I'm trading this. So that would be it for that day. Let's see how the day, I mean, so let's go next week. So from the 5th onwards, so we have 10 a.m. news on the 5th. Let's go next day open. Let's see how the daily close. So it closes like this, and it closes like PSP. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be hindsight. I do remember most of these things. But explaining it again so that I know, so that just get used to the logic is important. Okay, so we have PSP. Let's see. This is a weekly close. So the weekly in itself does close as C2 here. That's very important. So if I want to trade this higher, the only assets I could trade this higher are pretty much ES and YM. That's really daily. In fact, we do have a PSP here. And we get this high. Already taking that, so our draw liquidity can be this. And this is a very small wick actually as well. With this, probably even this 4-hour gap. I'm looking at the left here, there's really not, oh my gosh, bro, look at these equal highs. Look at these equal highs here. Probably this 4-hour gap, yeah. There's gonna be plenty of opportunities before that. Okay, so here the day is opening high first, so I would not trade these. Right? These are likely, probably, we could expand lower, I don't know. I wouldn't trade these. Just let me focus on these other assets, right? Okay, so this is C2 into expansion. So we have this 1 point here to trade away from. Here, though, draw liquidity, this 4-hour high. Yeah, that looks pretty good. If we're gonna trade higher. See, there's also PSP SMT. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Free driver? You take out all the consolidation low here? Okay, yeah. Free driver, you wanna log this. You actually do get this. What a V-shape here. Let's see. I mean, we could try position on. I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta refresh real quick. Okay, I'm back. So, what was saying? See, 30-minute? You could probably try this 30-minute, but I'll try and get a little bit of better feel, I guess. I'll definitely try and get a little bit of a better feel. So, we definitely don't want to trade NQES. This should look so ass to trade. It's not even a C tier here. Either RTY or YM here. And ideally, we actually trade YM because of this. See how we're just placing away from this? Let's see. Ooh, I wish I had. Wait. So we get this on RTY. The problem is RTY is very high into the range. If you wanted to long RTY, probably been off of the CSD. Unless this is C, like a 50-minute C2? No, it isn't. Yeah. So you want to trade this, right? I'm looking here if you get pretty a decent 5-minute OB. So this is prior to the driver here. ESP. Okay, this is it's also very important that these assets also expand higher, by the way. Let's see if we get this. Oh, that's unlucky. That's so unlucky. Holy fucking shit. Yeah. Do I remember this day? I actually did one on long YM, but I couldn't find an entry. So pretty much for the same thing. And hindsight, you could just enter market or get the retest of this CSD. Um, but yeah, hindsight, I guess. Quite a lot of hindsight here. See if we hit that right away. Okay, so we don't hit it, we leave relatively equal highs. And you could long this actually. There's technically a empty fill here. So this is likely to hit these highs. Now, I don't know if it's likely to expand past them. And yeah, we're break even there. And unfortunately, we're going to stop the break even there. Yo, so yeah, these highs are just unfortunately not doing shit. Okay, so that's bug again. All right. All right, FX replay. So that's Monday, right? I did take a 2-hour trade. So unless it's this R2Y trade, I doubt it is. All right, Monday 5th, right? Monday 5th. Okay, so I did take a 2-hour trade. Let's see. I think it's probably just a continuation trade. There's no way I trade. I think I'm. Wait, did I trade? Yes, it's possible. See this. Nah, I don't think I did. I don't remember that day. Let's see. Also, where the fuck are we in price? Oh, we already hit all-time highs. Okay. That was swift. That was pretty quick. Like, unless I got, nah, even if I got insane feel, I would have to go break even there. I definitely did not take this trade. Like, I don't know if we can reach these, I'll be honest. Like, I definitely need a 50-minute gap here. Okay, so this is 10. So this is 10 open here. So we do get a gap. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, yeah, we don't want to trade this shit. We don't trade this stupid ass asset. Is there even a higher drawn liquidity on ES? There is. Retracing over from relatively equal highs. Okay, that's very good. Can I mean NQ hit that. So there's no C2 here. There's no way you trade this lower. Okay, so let's see if we do retrace in any of these gaps. So we get this CSD. Perhaps this is a 5-minute. Is this 5-minute with SMT, to be fair. Right, it's like that. Yeah, I mean, technically with this. Oh, not even. Wait, I swear to God. It's like with this though. It's technically like this, but with the 5-minute. 3-minute, not really anything here. You could probably take this 5-minute on ES. Actually, don't remember what I took that day. And do you break even there? I think you could break even this high. Like that. Definitely not this trade that I took though. It's definitely not this trade though. Damn, I don't even remember the trade I took there. Definitely not NQ. It can be, unless it's a position on ES. That's possible. It's definitely possible. It's definitely not this because this takes so long to even do anything. Okay, that stopped me out. RTY, I really don't see anything unless I didn't go break even here. That's possible. That's possible not going break even here. Let's actually see. I don't remember. So it's on ES and it's a long. Also, it's the same, but I got the retest, I believe. What's this on the 5-minute? So it's the same, but I got the retest. No, I traded this OB. Wait, which one is it? Like, yes, this one I got the retest. Right? It's way different. Am I tripping? That's on the it's only 5-minute. Okay, so yeah, it's this but the retest. That makes sense. So it's pretty much the same trade. And what draw liquidity was I going for there? Oh, these highs. Okay, makes sense, I guess. So yeah, in that day, I was way better than today, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess props to me for taking this trade. I'm pretty sure we're in break even. I don't remember when, but right there, I guess. Yep. I we got 2R exactly though. Alright, so very similar trade. I just demanded a little bit of better fill. Now, if this was my draw liquidity, did I need a better fill? I definitely needed at least 2R with this high though. Yeah. Alright, there it is. Which wasn't marked on my chart at the time. But yeah, that's the only thing I see here. Right, there's still SMT fill with this gap. That's pretty much what I'm trusting this. Right, you can see here. Or not between these, it's like between this and this. It's like this. See if I tracked it. There is, yeah. It's SMT fill with this gap. right? And this as it is reversing on the 3 minute looks a little bit cleaner. We're leaving a bunch of fair swings, I'll be honest, but on ES it's only 2, so I'm willing to trade this. Yeah, it makes sense. So hindsight here, I'm very confident. I wanted to take YM longs here. The framework was so good, but I cannot trust these OBs. There's nothing here I can trust. I cannot trust this OB. So if I wanted to take the 50-minute, this would be a pretty wide stop loss. I'll be honest. Yeah. Most of the time I don't take those type of trades. R2-way positional, that could have also worked. Like this 5-minute here. Let me see 9M open. Yeah, this could have also worked. We're trading over from a gap. So ideally you take like this CSD if you're very confident in that. And this is before 9. So that's going to be it for that day. I pretty much took the same trade. I really think that's pretty much the only trade you can take there. And you just go for that high. If we're going to expand, right? Very unlucky because I definitely wanted to trade this, but yeah, no entry provided. Alright, so there's that day. So let's go to the 6th. Let's see, do we have the 6th? There's no news the 6th. So we had 10 AM news there, but it's fine. I mean, I just have to wait for it. Yeah, this is way, I mean, yeah, this is the 10 AM close, so yeah. Let's go to 9 AM open. Let's get daily close. Alright, so here we just overshot these highs. We just failed to manipulate this. Okay. So this is all-time highs. Whenever we're trading all-time highs, I always wanna like have previous days as I draw if I'm bullish. Okay, so I'm still bullish. There's 2 day expansion days. Very likely we don't get like expansion lower unless we take out this high or SMT with it. But none of these assets has it this high. None of these. So we have a daily swing point here as well. The previous day's high. So every single one of these is setting up pretty nicely. Now let's see the framework for the 4 hour. Which I actually didn't pay. I mean, I didn't really explain it much, but very obvious that when I see price trade away from this gap. So here we just consolidate. Very quick C2 into expansion, right? Same thing here, right? We trade into these opposing candles as well as this 4 hour gap. And they just hold, or this C2, so we can trade this as an expansion candle here. But the problem is, again, let's go over this again. So from 6, just this candle here, we don't get many fractals, right? We get this opposing one. Again, I'm not willing to long here. It would be at the highest point of the day, so this is not super close proximity, so yeah, there's that. But let's go over this 4 hour chart. So we hit this low. Okay, and it looks like we are trading away from this. At least we're leaving equal highs, right? So we took out this. So we kind of consolidated here, took out this range low. Now I don't like this lower time for signature. But yeah, we probably are not gonna reverse unless we hit these highs. So this becomes the key level. Here, same thing, this 4 hour fucking, you can see the day opens low first, makes like an insignificant high. See RQY. Okay, so I think we probably want to hit this low. Because it's not a reversal candle, so we probably want to hit that low. We might want to hit it, like this hustle kind of is very far away from it. Oh yeah, I remember this day. So my mistake here is I see equal lows, that equal lows. I'm like, okay, we're probably gonna hit these before even going higher. And this is such a discretionary trade. It's not very good. Look at this close, right? Even though we inverse this gap, like you don't want to see this close. So we had this. Okay, this is very okay. I wouldn't see RTO. RTO is probably gonna hit this low. Let me see the hourly. Let me see the hourly here. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. We can probably trade away from this low or right away. We're kind of consolidating on this. Okay, so we get this CSD. It's not the cleanest, I'll be completely honest. It is not the cleanest. Yeah, I think RTY probably wants to hit these lows. I wouldn't take this as a positional, just because of where RTY is. Unless RTY gives us a bullish CSD. But it's not the case, okay? RTY hits a bunch of these lows, okay? Okay, these are equal lows though. Alright, so this is prior to the driver here. That is interesting. So on the stronger asset, we don't have a CSD, but we do have it on this one. Okay, these guys are already expanding here as well. But you're trading away from equal lows here, so I mean not these are equal lows. I wouldn't trade these. Same thing on ES, so I wouldn't trade these. And I'm not trading away from equal lows here. Neither. Yes. So we hit those lows, C2 into expansion here. Very unfortunate. The only way you could trade this is if you want to trust this gap. Like, you know, if you're already trusting this and you're trading this OB pretty much. So every asset expands except for RTY. So this house is retracing here. Oh yeah, I remember. So we get here, this is already a continuation CSD. So you can take this. Problem is we already hit this, we just hit this high. These are equal, these are triple equalized. Look at this, okay, I didn't even see this. I remembered it was equalized, but the problem with this is just we just hit these highs. So we don't know how we're gonna react here. If that's gonna hold or not. Okay, so these are kind of like, I get very deep retracement, I guess. Okay, so we hit these. And I remember what I traded. I already remember what I traded here. I traded RTY to get to this high. I don't remember if I got this fill. Yeah, I definitely did. Okay, so I need to R with that. So I think it's just just the retest here. So this prior to 10. Okay, I am expecting. What are we doing? We're expecting this OB. You can barely tap if you're at the lower time frame here. We're expanding away from this, right? We're expecting this gap. Even though we don't get this 3-minute yet. Oh, we have this 5-minute even. Look at this. We have this 5-minute. Okay, I wouldn't trust this 5-minute to hold prior to 10. Well, I definitely would trust this 3-minute here. You see how B-shaped it is? Yeah, this is the trade I took. And it just makes sense. I really think I can offer him an order trade here. I don't want to trade these assets. They're in a very deep retracement. They're trading away from failure swings, right? I don't want to trade that. Now this, honestly, let me see. This OB here on the 5 minutes, probably you could probably trade this actually as well. To be completely honest. Can you get 2R though? I think I would demand 2R with this high. So what's above this? Yeah, there's pretty much nothing here. So here as trade, that's a trade I would have missed on because I definitely would have demanded 2R with this high. Must stop at this low, and I would not got it. Okay. 2R would have been probably the retest. What about NQ? That's a pretty insane. Even here, I would have demanded retest, I'll be honest. There's no way this gets 2R. Alright. So this trade, now it chops around a little bit, so we get this CSD. And I think by this point I'm break even. Yeah, okay, word. And kind of edges my DP, and then we hit it. Yeah. Oh, there's also this trade you could take, I would say. This is right before 10 as well. Okay, so we can also take notes. So this, and I need to R with that high. We're gonna let's go back. Let's go back. All right, so I need to go back here to before I take this one, which is here. Where is? And then we need to wait for this on YM, and I will trust this. Now we're showing signs of failing to manipulate this high. So we get filled. I'm not even looking at these highs because I mean they actually ended up expanding past that, but that's the objective. And we should already been break even pretty much both of these two. So R2A hits the TP. It's TP. What about I think this also leaves equal highs. But there's nothing you can do. Like we can do a sprite trail. You can trail here. You definitely don't want to see this. I think it doesn't deliver. Yeah, there's stop dot break even. So I just hindsight if we it does deliver. Ooh, what a brutal break even here. Unless you go to perfect retest. That's crazy. Yeah, so this I would definitely go and try and get into our with that. So this would have been a break. Okay, I'll check this as like over trailed. And then from that day, I'm not very interested in anything where you see these. Also here, I'm a deep retracement. We don't want to trade this. This just took out this high, so I don't care. But I don't seek and destroy, I guess. And so I'm done for that day. So the trade I ended up taking, as I said, it's a discretionary trade, which is a short towards those equal lows, which wasn't realigning timeframes here. And then I took this one, which I really think it's probably like one of the few trades you could take that day. Besides the YM trade, which unfortunately would have been a break even. So let's go over the next day, Wednesday. So yeah, and point change. I don't give a shit about that, honestly. So let's look at daily close. So here we're expand 3 days in a row. I'm expecting something back into the range. Now on YM RTY though. Did RTY hit this high? Okay, no, we definitely have to hit this high first though. I went short away from this. Okay. We're getting it for longer opportunity, probably long, but what about these Hasake here? Okay. ES is very close to this as well. So as of now, I'm just gonna be bullish until we hit this high. This is also that's a um pretty good day. It's opening low first. Yep, equal highs, the previous day's high. Okay. That's like break even, break even. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, it looks like this has an awesome story hit this high. So this is C2. Is there SMT? There is SMT. So ideally we should this as actually higher. What a fucking close. Alright, let me see the 4 hour on these houses as well. So there's no SMT at the lowest point of the day. We did trade away from it. Okay, this looks pretty ass. Oh yeah. One of these houses is definitely gonna hit this draw, the high today, 100%. One of these is gonna hit it. Now we just gotta figure out which one of these. Which one of these? Oh, this one it'd be pretty insane 30-minute CSD here to trade, but it's at 8. So there's only this gap on ES. Oh yeah, remember this trade on ES actually. I remember the trade I took on ES. You'll see me fade the pre-driver, not on like ES and trade and not take any driver plays, I think. So we get media CSD, but not the hourly candle has no wick. So that's sauce. That's very sauce, right? We do have SMT fill, but I guess this is probably gonna hit it right away. Yeah, okay. I just said that. It's also having a little bit of deeper retracement here. So we're trading inside these opposing candles and this gap. I remember exactly what happens here. We leave equal lows here. So I'm like, okay, we have to hit these equal lows before I can trade anything higher here. All right, so we also have to pay attention to this. What is this 4 hour doing? Now, of course, this candle does not support expansion lower. So we want to fade. Even the hourly doesn't. Okay, so we get this. Yes, also pay attention, right? So we hit the high. Now we have SMT with the highest point of the day. Like this, it's not very ideal, I'll be honest. But holy, what a fucking displacement here. Okay, so we get bare CSD here on NQ. Honestly, okay, so we have bullish CSD. Now this is a very deep retracement here at this point. And so here is where I could have definitely traded if I wanted to. I could have traded NQ. If we look at this close, we got a 50-minute CSD here. Right. Now there's also SMT here. And the problem with this is you could take it. I'm totally fine with that. The problem with this for me is that we're trading away from previous swings. Now sometimes that's fine. Even especially just knowing that well NQ did yesterday. To get 2R with this high, which is the high today. Okay, nice. Every asset is bullish, right? Wait. No, this is not the trade that took care. And so we get huge displacement. The problem is, how do you trade this like, right? Probably gonna short by him. And these expand in different directions, right? So we get this. So the trade I took on ES was actually this one. To be fair, that's pretty high probability. I'll be completely honest. And I just try and get the retest here and 2R, and we have a bunch of face swings now. I don't remember. This is not all-time highs though, is it? Wait, is that all-time highs? Wait, I swear to God, there were other draws in liquidity. I remember this like it has to be wrong. It is. Let's go on trading view. Alright, we're gonna see what happens. So I guess. Oh, bro, what the fuck is FX super like this, bro? That's completely wrong. Like that's not the chart. Okay, so I'm trading this day. What the fuck is it? This day here. As you can see there's this. There's a bunch of like first ones here, I remember. We're just gonna copy the price here. So we have this gap here. So right. And my draw liquidity was actually these all time highs. So I mean let's even just copy this. There it is. Oh wait, that's completely different. Okay, anyways, what I did is I try and get the limit order here. And it does get filled. And I'm able to go break even there. Because that's the highest point of the day. And I mean we can look at this. Okay, so this hits this low. by the way. So we have SMT at the S1 of the day. Now, away from fatal swings, I'll be honest, I don't like this. I don't like this. There's like triple fatal swing, right? But looking at what Wham is doing here, there's no way Wham trades into this high. At this point, right? Because we have all of these. So I'll be keeping in this trade. Then we get this CSD here. And here, honestly, you can use this gap as your drawn liquidity, right? If this gap is not gonna inverse, we can use that. I can definitely get 2 up before that, even just entering market. I personally don't like to trade these type, like take these type of trades, I guess. But you can definitely can. So hopefully this shit doesn't fuck up my draws and liquidity here, because like I was definitely trade towards like some of these. On the other trade I end up taking here. So here we failed to manipulate this, but can't really take this high. I mean, you can't even take this. You can take probably this, but yeah. So you can see here, I moves very close to TP, and yeah, this ends up stopping me out. So here now we're retracing inside this 15-minute on NQ, and we still have an open draw, right? Or we even closed above this, so we just failed to manipulate this high. As you can see, we get a pretty nice expansion on these. Insane. I'm pretty sure there's another trade that take on NQ. No, it's definitely not this CSD though. Okay, so yes, it's these lows. Is it this one? I think it's probably this one, yeah. So I need to R with those highs. I definitely just get the retest, okay. Not even the retest, I just go for 2R. I definitely did take this trade right here. I don't care about YM, I'll be honest, because just expanding different directions here. So we hit the draw liquidity, and then I'm able to go break even pretty much right away, because that's the highest point of the day right there. And as you can see, this also plays in my favor, and I'm getting some bullshit ass news. And by this time, at this point, I'm just done for the day. I guess you could trade this if you really wanted. I don't even know if this delivers, I'll be honest. Was I looking at the 1 minute? Okay, I was looking at the 1 minute. I wouldn't take this CSD. Yeah. And then you get this one, and I mean, I guess you could try this gap. Like this. I personally wouldn't do it. Yeah. Okay. And it would have worked, but like I wouldn't trade that shit. Yeah, we do get the expansion I was expecting. Just couldn't really trade it. And yeah, this was pretty rich, but it was very, very close to TP. A couple pips, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully we don't get this, the issue with the chart being wrong, I'll be honest. I removed your drawings. Okay, yeah. So this is Wednesday, the 7th. Let's go over the trades I took that day. So I took this trade, as I said, and I could have taken the, again, the NQ positional, but I honestly rather take this trade. Yeah, this, I mean, where my fill was, I don't know why my stop was there, but it's very close to DP. As I said, 1 or 2, probably T3 ticks there. And then this trade, again, I was able to go break even this high, even though I'm showing the 5 minutes, you can see there's a 3-minute OB here. And where we hit these highs, right? So, I mean, so that's the daily, we hit these 4-hour hourly highs here. So daily we inside expansion with double stage SMT, and it doesn't deliver. I could have traded RTY lower. I just much rather trade like Q towards the daily drawn liquidity than RTY towards like a 4-hour gap. It just makes sense to me to do that, right? You see a V shape out of this as well. That's how I always do so. But that trade is like you can take that trade. It does work. Right? Because you expand so many days, we're likely to rebalance. Okay, so let's go for the next day. It's gonna be Thursday 8th. We can just have this on the side as of now. I do have drawings here. Okay, there's these. And we have unemployment claims. So I personally just skip unemployment claims. I mean, 830 unless it's a CPI or an NFP. So we're just gonna go to 9. Alright, so we get a C2 here. We're rejecting this high. Ideally, so here on NQ, there's no way I can trade this. Because even though I might be bullish, because of C2, so this next candle is likely to just expand lower and hit this low, okay? So hit this gap. Once we do that, that is pretty much it, right? I don't think this is going to expand towards this. There's no way. We just wasted pretty much half of it, of the range going down here. So which asset do I want to trade? This, right? You can see the range here is way, way smaller. Even here. You can see the range is small. So the 4 hour, the day opens low first, hits this low, and here it hasn't reversed yet. Okay. Now the thing is, okay, this is a pretty, I mean, you can trade this as a reversal day for sure. There's nowhere to go lower. There's like, look at this, there's nowhere to go lower, right? So what do I trade towards? The high of the day. If you're looking like, okay, yeah, I remember this exactly, bro. Yeah, because I took a, because I fucking took a loss because of contract differences. I will get to it in a second. So we hit this low. There's nothing to the left besides this. You see how far we are. What are we leaving from yesterday? All of these fair swings. Look at this. Look at this. All of these. All of these. Even this. Even this. Now the problem is that WM hasn't reversed yet. Okay, so we have to wait for WM to start reversing or hit something that can cause a reversal. Okay, which is the low of the day. Okay, very simple. So here, I honestly, if I want to try to be bullish, I can only trade these two and these two other assets. Like we could trade towards the high of the day, sure. But the day is not likely to expand. So why would I trade NQES, right? I'm not even gonna look at these. I'll be completely honest. Just do the show. I don't give a fuck. I'm kidding. Are we gonna look at them? I already know the highest probability trade is gonna be on NQ or RTY. So we leave equal lows here. Wait, I think there is. Let me track this gap. I mean, let's go to 4 hour again. So 4 hour here. There's SMT here. Okay. Too many SMTs here with PSP as well. I probably want to see these low being taken as well on RTY unless YM starts reshaping. Or unless we have a gap actually here. I don't remember. So we are trading inside this not 30-minute, this 15-minute gap here. Okay, so this is 9 AM. So it opens low inside of this gap. We chop around. We take that low. Now pay attention to this. Look at this. Is why I'm gonna expand forever. No, look at this wick. Look at this wick. That's enough. That's enough for me to know this is gonna ascend. This is split second decision. So what do I do here? I think I enter market or try and get the retest. No, I think I definitely do enter market because I know this is like insignificant compared to what we have on the left where I like it. Let's just actually take this because it's super like that's all super. I mean not limited. What the fuck? Okay. And yeah, I mean you're like, oh well, that's a pretty nice fucking trade, I guess. That's oh wait, that's not even the final TP. Okay, where I mean I was killed almost there. I don't even know if I definitely does it. Definitely does it. It just gets a deeper. Okay, let's go back and retake this again. Yeah, because you have to realize with this close here, look at the 50-minute. I knew this shit. This is a 50-minute CSD, and we're still respecting this gap. You see, we just barely tapped into this. where's where I'm gonna expand, right? Yeah, where we can get rid of this. Right, that's like so 6 hour trade. Yeah, I mean, like what at this point it would be break even. Yeah, so I mean, my bad. Let's go back. Let's go back again because there is also a trade you can take on RT on YM. So there's this, which I did take, and unfortunately ends up being a loss because of M2K. Let's see if I can show you that day. What day was that though? The 8th. Holy. That's the 9th. There is the 8th. So we have to go back here. Clean Judas swing. Look at this next candle. Yeah, yeah. That's where I got stopped. There it is. So I actually tracked this as a win. Of course, I didn't make money that day, but my trade idea was right. So I tracked that as a win. It's written here. And I mean, yeah, so there's this. And I also took another trade that day, which I should not have taken, which is just on NQ long, right? NQ, we didn't even pay attention. I wasn't even, showing you guys this. But NQ is not likely to expand higher. Why the fuck would I trade NQ when I can trade RTY, right? Doesn't make any sense. So what do we do on we hit this relevant high, okay? Pay attention to what we do immediately. Sorry, yeah, I can go break in there already, but look at this. Look at this. We also saw SMT here. I mean, whatever. SMT filled with, it's like with NQ. Of course, NQ is not reversing here, so but it's not gonna be able to expand past this low if we get fair to play on like YM, right? I don't care about NQ. Whenever it's like just so how do you call it? I mean, actually, here we'll probably get the retest. I'll be completely honest. Yeah, we can get 2R with this, with the retest here. So whenever NQ is just expanding lower here, where is it likely to expand? I just not. So we get a deeper retracement here. That's fine, and then just hits DP. And this also hits DP. Yeah, where this would have been a crazy ass trade, and I just knew. At the time, I just knew it was gonna run all these highs. RT was gonna run all these highs. So there's like no reason to. Look at this. There's nothing on the left, right? Even on these 4 hour, you can tell. You can tell. Yeah, okay, that would have been a crazy trade. And unfortunately, I ended of the day there. There's also this that could have taken. And I think I'm just not likely to expand all that much, but that's where we take it until this dehydrated value. We're trading a reversal there, so I'm not expecting the largest of ranges. This sets up a very nice framework for tomorrow. And by the way, here, I mean, after this, there's pretty much nothing here. Because wherever there's no way you trade this lower. There's no way you trade continuation here, and I was just done that day. I mean, to be honest. There's no way you trade this as a reversal day. Now we just expand lower, so we just skip these two. So this is like I guess it's probably tradable, but it's a middle asset, man. Like it's the 3 minute. You trade this probably. These NQ also starts to, yeah, that's actually tradable, I'll be honest. Let's go back. This is actually tradable here. So the joint liquidity would be the high day. I definitely need a better fill for that shit. Use the bodies. Probably. Okay, I can do something like this. And I remember this day. So you cannot go break even because you don't get that CSD. You go break even here, and this doesn't deliver. Yeah, I remember this. That's true. That you can take that trade, but yeah, it doesn't deliver. I remember looking at it and just yeah, it's trade in the middle. Also, you should probably just do YM. Or this driver play would have been so good. Holy! I dream of this trade at night. Sometimes I'll be honest. All right, so let's go next. So that's Thursday 8th. So I took another dumbass trade, right? Trading a weaker asset. It's important. I re go like I'll go through these days again. Remember what happened and the mistakes I made, right? Because like ideally this day, I mean, so this day is only break evens. Unless I take the NQ trade, I usually don't like to trade away from fair swing, so probably break even day. But this could be in 2 hour, break even 2 hour, and we'll get to the ninth. But yeah. So what do we have the ninth? We do have CP, NFP, NFP. Okay, there is. So we'll go New York session. It's gonna be 8, and we skip 30-minute. Oh, that's not New York session. Oh yeah, so just bugged. Let me refresh this shit. Yep. Alright, there is. So good daily close, and we'll pay attention to the weekly. I know that's very important. So this is our Friday. Okay. We just this is so clean. Like, am I tripping? All right, so we already hit that. But unless RTY like keeps expanding lower here, you can trade this higher. Let's look at the weekly candle though. This is pretty important. I don't know why that was lagging. Holy. So ideally, you could trade. What did I take? I think I lost at it. So ideally, here you trade either ES or um or YM. Very simple. This is not a C2, and if it was, we're having a pretty deep retracement here. So get ES. Right, it does support expansion. This week does support expansion. So ideally, we just trade YM here. I'll be completely honest. Let's see, do we have SMT fill? Do we have SMT fill? No, we don't have SMT fill here. All right, no, we don't. So this low of the day has been put pretty much nowhere significant. Ideally, we hit her again. Right. So this is a PSP. Okay. C2 into PSP. You have this high. So we don't want to trade NQ though. It's like no way. So let me go lower time frame. So the hourly again. So we're leaving these. Ideally, we hit these lows. I'll be completely honest. Ideally, we hit these. Even these. Oh, look at these. Whoa. I don't know what was that. Okay. So software upgrade, I guess. I'll be close to sure actually. Whoa. Like what are these? All these face swings. I don't like that. The second does close bearish as well. I just look at this. Alright, see what happens at this high. Because, oh, bro. Okay, so that's CPI. Interesting. Oh, I remember this day. Okay, I remember this day. Oh, yeah, this is very crazy. This is crazy. I think I do remember this day. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not that. I think. So we hit that. Right, this is kind of reversing here. So pretty much, okay, we hit the previous day's high. So here, what I need to confirm that this is gonna be this low of the candles, I need a 50-minute gap. You know, I want to trade this gap. Very simple. PSP here. Oh, again, ideally they're trading Q up. PSP. Alright, let's see what happens at this gap. And if we trade right away, higher. Okay, so we hit the high right away on NQ. And yep, it looks like we were reverse here. And this, oh, I remember I took this trade as well. I shorted in Q here and lost. I'm pretty confident I did that. So this is a driver here. What a V shape. What a V shape. So we hit this low. Actually, these lows. That's a reverse one. Never mind, man. What the freak that? What trade did I take this day? Perhaps this CSD? Okay. So we hit this high. No, these are equal highs? What? Alright, so we leave these right here. Oh, I remember. I took a YM long for sure. And I think that's it though. What was the other trade? 42. So before this, I took a right? Wait, so here, I saw these at equal lows. So I didn't take the CSD. In fact, we do re-hit those lows. There it is. Now that's a good sweep. And we are pretty much the same setup here. And then here I did long. I think I got too far with these highs. For the retest here? I remember exactly. I think I got the retest. I'm not sure. Yeah, I did. And it just delivers. Yeah, so I took that trade. And I took a ING short. I shorted this. And we did hit the lowest point of the day, but I kept my limit order. Alright, so this is pretty dumb. So you see the 4-hour does close to C2 in itself. So I was expecting probably us to for these figures wins, but every other asset was just expanding higher. The weekly didn't really support expansion lower, and this is just deep retracement on the most bullshit asset. But yeah, that is this trade I took, and this is the only high probability trade I could have taken. So we fade the first one because there's like equal lows. They're not really because it's a tick. But if you pay attention this time, the stronger asset, yeah, this is something I'm learning still. So here I mean, I am hit those lows and get the CSD. So what should a stronger asset do? Also get the CSD. Why the fuck would a stronger asset, of which we have an SMT, not give that? Right? It's not a strength switch. It's definitely not. I see every asset expand higher. Yeah, so the only asset that CSDs is yeah. And it just hit these lows, so it's not the strongest, clearly. And this would have actually like where a deep retracement. Yeah, kind of bullshitting around. So here we get a gap. Can you even trade this at this point? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's no draw liquidity. You cannot trade this. So these are equal lows. I guess you trade this. if I'm being honest, would probably take it. There is no strength switch here. And the only strength switch is this gap, right? You're training this gap pretty much. The fact that this gap is here. Oh, this doesn't even here. You enter here as well. Let's go ahead and take it. Why not? And you go break even there. This would also a little bit work. There's that opportunity, right? You should trade away from this. At this point, we're probably gonna expand higher. All right. I don't know if you're gonna hit this, but can still trade towards that. Or get TP when one reaches this, I guess. ES reaches this, right? Either is equal though, so I wouldn't trade ES. Yeah. Or ES hits that high. So that day, let's see what I took. I think this short, which was kind of FOMO, I should have definitely not taken it. If I wanted to short, I should have shorted the market. And I would have should have been break even at the lowest point of the day. And then I took this long on my app. Which I think it's fine. Yep, this is pretty good. So that sums up that week for me. As you can see, even if you make quite a bunch of mistakes, because this trade could have definitely been avoided, these trades could have definitely been avoided. All of them, besides the break even, this break even I can't really do anything about that. I still end the week green. And that is because I took hyperbole trades that won, actually, that they made up for the fact of my mistakes this week. So yeah, I mean, if I look at this, I'm like, it's actually been getting worse. I mean, I took my last trades, like technically this week, like for example, it's 100% win rate. Like, you know, so it's not getting worse. I took way less trades because of what happened these days. I missed out on a trade here, I believe, but these 2 days I definitely were not traded. This is a bank holiday, and this day is just like too large of a range for me to trade. Well, we go over that overall. So yeah, I mean that's gonna be it. That's a pretty long session. Actually, no, it wasn't too long. And so yeah, that's gonna be it for this backtesting session.